अब बढ़ते हैं अपने पहले सेशन की ओर। टेक्निकल सेशन का जो पहला सब्जेक्ट है वो है इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ मॉड्यूलर हाइड्रोलिक ट्रेलर इन नेशन बिल्डिंग। And to deliver this, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to the stage as I welcome to the stage the president of JM Baxi, Mr. Sunil Shetty.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm from JM Baxi Heavy Private Limited, and I'll be delivering this session on importance of hydraulic trailers. But before that, I'll just take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about us, about JM Baxi and Company. So we are this company was established in 1916, and we are a conglomerate of number of companies that is involved in maritime logistics, project logistics, port and terminal management, and IT solutions. So our basic activities have been segregated into three distinct verticals. The first one is our traditional vertical, which is marine services, wherein we own and we represent a number of shipping lines in India, around 200 odd shipping principals in India. The major ones or the well-known ones are companies like Shipping Corporation of India or Bahari or Van Hai, Evergreen, etc. We also offer chartering services and other marine-related services under this. The other vertical is ports and logistics, wherein we operate a number of terminals in the country. The container terminals of Visakhapatnam, of Paradeep, of Haldia, of Kandla are operated by us. We also own a couple of container freight stations, two in Navasheva and two in Visakhapatnam. Our heavy lift transport division, which is called JM Baxi Heavy Private Limited, falls under this vertical of our group, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. And under technologies, keeping with the times, we keep on developing solutions for the logistics industries, like building a platform for doing your transactions, etc. So we have two companies, one called Portol and one Diabus in this segment. So this is a slide which basically gives in brief what the company is about. 60 offices, 3,000 employees. We handle about 6,000 vessels, 15,000 port calls. So now coming to this company called JM Baxi Heavy Private Limited, who are associated with HTOA since the inception. We have been working very closely with them in the process of the nation building. So we have recently done this merger, or we have acquired two companies, that is Lift and Shift Private Limited and All Cargo Logistics is Project Logistics Division. And we have created this company called JM Baxi Heavy Private Limited. Now, of course, HTOA, apart from taking care of all the problems of the industry, also is involved in creating some kind of consolidation in the industry, getting all companies together. And with this, we have contributed in a small way in that, we believe. The intention behind this is India did not have a company of the size of, say, the mammoths or the silences of the world. So the intention behind that was to create such a company which can offer world-class engineering solutions, world-class equipment to the industry. So hydraulic axle owner I mean, his responsibility is not really always restricted to offering only road transport. Customers expect him to offer a wide range of solutions, make it end-to-end logistics solutions, which includes all the services that are listed on the screen: marine services, transport, destination services, sometimes customs clearance, etc. We as a company and a lot of other companies here also offer all these services. And we carry on, again, land transport, marine transport, multimodal transport, lifting, bypass and civil works, in certain cases, construction of jetties, freight forwarding, and NVO services. So as a result of the merger of three companies, like I mentioned in one of my previous slides, our company now has a fleet of something like 308 SPMTs, 250 hydraulic axles, prime movers, 15 power packs, and girders. Tugs, we have about 3 flat top barges and 95 ballast pumps. Also, the traveling gantry, cranes, and strand jacks that are required. So these are all the equipment that an axle owner is expected to have access to or have somewhere in his inventory so that he can offer a total door-to-door service. So it's much more than road transport that we do. I mean, all of us here do. So now coming to the subject about hydraulic axles. So, I mean, this is interesting because when I see the audience, they are all experts and champions in this field. So if you have any questions, you can just turn around and ask your neighbor, any one of them. So, but since this is our bread and butter for most of us, we should talk about it. So these are, basically axles are of two types: the conventional ones, which we call the tow type, or the self-propelled ones. These are the configurations that these axles come in: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 bogies. Hydraulic axles normally spread loads across the bed of the trailer and can be joined to increase the length and width to provide greater stability. So prime movers or tractors are used to pull the trailers. These axles are normally steerable individually to offer sharp turns to reduce civil works on the way, which is always a major cost everywhere. These axles can be coupled both in length and width, and these axles need a power pack which control the stability on the axle and load. So basically, the hydraulic axles help in safe transport, keeping cargo stable, and to overcome the various barriers, obstacles, the inclinations, the depressions, etc. on the way. To achieve safe transport, along with calculation, assumptions, experience, we need to understand the principles of hydraulics and the center of gravity, dimensions, etc. So here it is important to understand that the tires, they carry the full weight of the transporter, and this should be the first indication that there is an overload. So then we talk about the hydraulic system, which is made of hydraulic lines that are connected to the axle cylinder, to the lower leg of the axle, and the axle itself, the tires, brake boosters, and the drive motors. So, I mean, it's our experience that a 3-point system is always preferred instead of a 4-point system for stability, except for pieces with a very high center of gravity. And the calculation of ground load that is imparted on the axle for safe transport, which is calculated as the area of the axle, that's the length and width. So deck load is tons per square meter, which is weight divided by length into width. In most cases, it should be less than 5 tons per square meter. Tractors are required for towing operation, need to account for road friction, slope, and will operate at 80% of its capacity. A ballast is normally placed in prime movers for giving it more friction and more power to pull the load. Tractors are connected by tow bars, which are connected to either by a rocking gear, pin system. This system is the one where the entire load is concentrated when traveling with the equipment, and hence should be checked regularly. So these are some of our achievements, or these are some of the largest loads that we have handled in our tenure as a company. So we have moved a splitter of 127 meters, heaviest equipment ever to be moved on Indian roads, 2,250 metric tons. Load out of the FGSG boiler, 1250 metric tons. Load out of a module bridge having a length of 150 tons. A transportation of an offshore module which was 50-meter wide, and load out of an offshore module weighing 4532 metric tons, and a host of others, ending with the world's largest CCR reactor, which we moved for Godrej and Boyce. So, so that's it from me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, gentlemen.
Sunil sir, we would request you to please take the center stage. And can I request Mr. Archit Agarwal to join us on stage and present our token of appreciation to Mr. Sunil Shetty. Thank you.